Hello, everybody. This is Bernie Strum, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, we are still in Washington, D.C. at Griffith Park to watch the Boston Red Sox play the Washington Senators in the last game of their series here in my 1914 Red Sox season replay. Hi, Michael. Glad to see you coming by. I appreciate you stopping by this morning. This morning in Las Vegas, this afternoon on the East Coast. A couple of things that I'd like to discuss before we get to go to the game. A couple of things. First of all, I'm using a new microphone for this game. So if for some reason you can't hear me or if it's too loud or too soft, please type in the chat and let me know so I can make an adjustment. That's number one. And number two, I think it's just you and me in here, Michael. So it's just between you and I right now. But whoever hears this later in the day, I was taken aback by Beatles' Eternally announcement last night on the Discord channel that he was taking a break. I was sad and shocked to hear it because, quite frankly, for almost every day for the last several months, I get up in the morning. I look forward to his broadcasts. I really enjoy it. Thanks, Michael, for letting me know how it sounds. I don't know what's going on with Beatles. Even though we've never met personally, I've talked to him so often. I feel like he's a close friend of mine. So I hope whatever is going on with Beatles, that it is quickly resolved and we get him back online. Of course, I don't begrudge anybody from wanting to take a break. Broadcasting every day is arduous, and that's probably why I only do it once or twice a week. So he might feel some pressure to be on. I don't want him to feel that way. Whatever caused him to take a break, I want it to resolve itself, and I want to hopefully we'll get Beatles back and listen to his broadcast because, quite frankly, they're extremely entertaining. They're extremely entertaining. You learn a lot about the different baseball sims, and you learn a lot about dead ball baseball. I certainly wouldn't be doing today's broadcast if it wasn't for Beatles. So anyway, good luck, Beatles. Hope everything works itself out. In the meantime, I thought, what am I going to do at 10:30 at night or Eastern or 7:30 in the evening here in the West Coast? Because I sit here and stare at my iPad waiting for Beatles to come on. So if I get bored, I may come on at 10:30 before Legends does a game or something and just talk a little bit and talk whatever happened in my season replays that day. Okay, enough about that stuff. Let's go to the game. Boston Red Sox at the Washington Senators, April 27th, 1914. Here we go. Let's go over the lineups for the visiting Boston Red Sox. Harry Hooper batting first in right field. Engel at first base batting second. Tris Speaker, Hall of Famer Tris Speaker in center field batting third. Duffy Lewis batting fourth and left. Larry Gardner at third base batting fifth. Steve Yerkes at second batting sixth. Everett Scott at shortstop batting seventh. Pinch Thomas catching, batting eighth, and the pitcher will be Rube Foster for the Red Sox. I'll go over the outfield here, which I can't see right now. Let's see. Let me change this view for a second. I don't know why we're have that view, because I don't want that view. There we go. Shanks in left, Milan in center, Muller in right, Foster at third, McBride at short, Morgan at second. That's not Joe Morgan, but it's Morgan. Chick Gendel at first, catching Henry, pitching Joe Bowling. Let me just glance down before we start the game. I think we should do something in the evening. As a matter of fact, tonight at 7:30, I may just come on YouTube, talk about a project I'm thinking about doing. And anybody who wants to chat can chat. I don't know what Legends is going to do for a game, but if in fact he comes on, we'll just sign off and we'll go watch Legends game. Okay, here we go. First batter, Harry Hooper steps in. Bowling, I believe you pronounce it, gets his sign. He winds and fires, and there's a bounding ball to short. Up with it over to first. One up, one down here in the top of the first as Harry Hooper is out. McBride made that play seem easy. Stepping in is Engel. Clyde Engel, 26 at-bats for the young season, batting 154 at first baseman for the Red Sox to face Bowling. He gets the sign. He winds. He fires. And there's another ground ball to shortstop. McBride picks it up, throws it over to first. 2 up, 2 down. Easy inning so far for the Washington pitcher. Chris Slovic checks in. Nice to see you, Chris. Thank you for checking in. Legends is here. How you doing? Legends, if you're going to do a game tonight, put it in the chat so we all know what time it is this evening, if you're able to do it. Tris Speaker stepping in, center fielder for the Red Sox, batting .294 in this young season with a couple of home runs. Left-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Bowling winds. Here's the pitch. There is a line drive into right field. Hardly has to move. The right fielder puts it away for the Senators. 3 up, 3 down. That was a good play by Muller. And the Red Sox go down in order as we head to the bottom of the first. It's Boston nothing, Washington coming to bat. Okay, for the Senators, let's go over their lineup. We have Muller in right field, batting first. Just made the play. Eddie Foster at third, batting second. Clyde Milan in center field, batting third. The infamous Chick Gendel at first base, batting fourth. Ray Morgan batting fifth at second base. In left field, the famous Howie Shanks, made famous by Beatles Channel. John Henry catching, batting seventh. The shortstop is George McBride, who made a couple of good plays that inning, batting eighth. And Joe Bowling is the pitcher, batting ninth. The typical outfield for the Red Sox in this 1914 season, between 1910 and about 1916, this was the outfield. Lewis, Speaker, and Hooper. Gardner at third, Scott at short, Yerkes at second, Engel playing first, Thomas catching. Rube Foster pitching this year. He is 1-1 on the season with a 2.20 ERA. No games till Monday. Okay, well, we'll look forward to Monday. Here we go. Foster gets the sign. He looks in. He winds. He throws. And there's a ground ball to third. Over to first for the out. 1 up, 1 down. As Muller hits the ball right to Larry Gardner at third base. Foster taking a look at the ball like there's something on it. There probably is something on it. They're going to use this ball the whole game. There'll be a lot of stuff on it by the end of the inning. Eddie Foster up 10 for 30 in this young season, batting .333. Foster gets the sign. He throws. There's a ground ball to second. Yerkes up with it. over to Engel at first. 2 up, 2 down for the Senators here in the bottom of the first. Clyde Milan stepping in. He's a meager 2 for 29 on the season, batting .069. Foster gets his sign. Here's the pitch. And he swings and misses. No, he doesn't. It's a line drive to left field. I missed it. Sorry about that. It's in the corner. Lewis picks it up. In the second goes Milan standing. The ball is still in the outfield. I'm surprised he didn't go to third. Sure looked like he swung and missed. I should have read the play-by-play before I looked at the screen. Anyway, there's a runner on second base now for the Washington Senators, a runner in scoring position for Chick Gandil, who steps in. Chick is batting .258, 8 for 31 here early in April. Al, Red Sox fan, checks in. Nice to see you, Al. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. If the rest of you don't know, Al's the first guy who put the bug in my brain that I wanted to do this broadcasting. So, once again, thank you, Al. Okay, Foster gets the sign from Thomas, looks in at Gandil, checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Easy out, short to first, and the inning is over. At the end of 1, there's no score. Top of the second inning, Duffy Lewis, Larry Gardner, and Steve Yerkes due up for the Red Sox. Bowling gets his sign. Lewis steps in, batting .324 in the young season. Duffy is the left fielder for the Red Sox, and that left field mound that's behind him when we're playing in Fenway Park is called Duffy's Cliff. Bowling gets the sign. Here's the pitch. And that's a base hit in the center field. Duffy Lewis rounds first, goes back to the bag as the ball comes into the infield. Runner on first for Larry Gardner. There's the leadoff runner gets on. I'm not sure what the percentage is, but I heard once it's like 60, 70% of the time if the lead runner gets on, he'll score if there's nobody out, which there isn't. Larry Gardner steps in from the left side, batting .261 on the season. Bowling gets his sign. Here's the pitch. Called strike. And there's a ground ball to first. Gendal's up with it, takes it to the bag unassisted, and Lewis goes on to second. 1 down. Legends, feel free to post whatever you like in this chat. Unlike Beatles, I'm a fan of all sports. I run season replays in basketball, hockey, and football. Duffy Lewis at second base in scoring position takes his lead with 1 out. Steve Yerkes, batting .267, steps in. Bowling gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. He walks him, and Yerkes goes to first. Red Sox have a little rally going here in the top of the second. Stepping up to the plate is rookie Everett Scott, having a good season so far, .292 hitter, 7 hits, 24 at-bats, and he's a vacuum cleaner at shortstop. Bowling checks the runners, gets his sign. Here's the pitch. The ground ball to second, over to short for 1, back to first. A double play, and the inning is over. Well, a promising start to the inning ends with no runs. And the Red Sox are 0-1-0 after 1.5. And the Senators are 0-1-0, and they're coming to bat here in the bottom of the second. Morgan, Shanks, and Henry due up for the Senators. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to get a sip of water here. I've had this new mic sitting on my desk for about 6 months, so I thought I'd hook it up and see how it sounds. I did a few tests. It sounded pretty good. Okay, Morgan steps in. Ray Morgan, the second baseman, batting 161 for the Senators. Rube Foster, as I move that cursor away, Rube Foster winds. Here's the pitch. First baseman to the pitcher. He's out. One down here in the bottom of the second inning. Howie Shanks stepping in, batting a meager .071, 2 for 28 on the season. Foster looks in. Here's the pitch. And he goes down swinging. 2 up, 2 down for the Senators. Stepping in, Henry, 0 for 16. John Henry, isn't that the name of the Red Sox current owner? Maybe he came back and he owns the Red Sox, because he certainly can't hit. He's catching today for the Senators. We'll have to look him up later and see why he's even in there. Although we are using as-played lineups for the most part. Foster looks in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Oh, that hurt. Got him right in the ribs. As that pitch got away from Rube Foster and down to first base goes John Henry. It's the only way he's gotten on this year. Runner now on first base. George McBride, the shortstop, stepping to the plate. McBride, 259, 7 for 27. Henry takes his lead at first. Foster has the sign. He winds. He fires. There's a line drive in the right center field. That's going to fall in. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Rounding third, the runner is going to score. That throw isn't even going to be close, and McBride ends up staying and standing on second base with a stand-up double as he knocks John Henry in from first base. 1-0 Washington. Nothing good ever happens when you walk a batter, you hit a batter, you give a team an extra batter, and they'll hurt you every time. McBride at second. He's still in scoring position as the pitcher stepping in. He's only 0 for 4 in the season, but he does have an RBI. Foster has the sign, checks McBride. He winds, he fires. Fly ball into left field. The left fielder Lewis puts it away for the out. And that's the end of the inning. At the end of 2 innings, the Washington Senators lead the Boston Red Sox 1-0. Excuse me. Another sip. Okay, here we go. Here in the top of the third. Thomas, Foster, and the top of the order, Hooper due up. Bowling gets his sign from Henry, who scored the only run today for the Senators. Here's the pitch. He swings, and there's a fly ball into center field. Milan is under it. Puts it away for the out. 1 up, 1 down. The pitcher, Rube Foster, stepping in. Foster 2 hits last year in 21 at-bats. This season, he is 1 for 6. One more hit, and he'll match his total for 1913. Bowling has the sign. He winds. He fires. And there's a fly ball in the left field. Shanks puts it away for the out. 2 down. Bowling now to face the top of the order, Harry Hooper. .258 batter on the season, 8 for 31. 0 for 1 today. Bowling has a sign. Into his windup. He hits a ground ball to short. McBride up with it. Over to first. Gendil puts it away, and it's 3 up, 3 down for the Red Sox as we go to the bottom of the second. Senators lead 1-0. Senators will send the top of the order. Miller, Foster, and Milan due up. I hope I'm pronouncing those right. If I'm not, someone can correct me in the chat if you even know, because I've never heard a game with these players before. Okay, Foster looks in, gets his sign. He winds. Here's the pitch. Fly ball in the right field. Back, against the wall, and he puts it away as Hooper squeezes it right at the wall, and they're lucky that ball didn't go another foot, or it would have been off the wall. 1 up, 1 down. Eddie Foster stepping in. Eddie Foster's having a good season. 10 for 31 on this young season here on April 27th, 1914. Rube Foster has the sign. Pitching to Eddie Foster. He's into his windup. And there's a fly ball in the center field. Tris Speaker's got a beat on it. And he's going to put it away for the second out. Stepping in, Clyde Milan, 3 for 30, hitting an even 100. Foster looks pretty good today. He's allowed 2 hits, 1 run. That 1 run is his fault. He hit the batter who scored. Foster gets his sign from Thomas. He winds. He fires. Ground ball to first. Flips to Foster covering. The runner is out. The inning is over. And as we go to the top of the 4th inning, Senators lead 1-0. Thank you for letting me know about the Mike Texags. Okay. I have headphones on. I'm using wireless headphones in this new mic. It's much more comfortable than the headphones I've been using with the mic attached, so I'm enjoying it. Okay, here we go. Top of the 4th inning. Red Sox send Engel, Speaker, and Lewis to the plate. Clyde Engel, 4 for 27, a meager 148. Bowling pitching a great game, only allowed 1 hit so far today. He gets his sign. He's into the windup. He throws, and he walks Clyde Engel as Engel trots down to first base. And as I said earlier, nothing good ever happens when you put that lead runner on, particularly if it's a walk. Stepping in, Tris Speaker. Tris Speaker, 10 for 35. Tris Speaker, probably the best center fielder the Red Sox ever had. He'll be traded in a couple of seasons because he's going to get into a salary dispute with the owner of the Red Sox, who will be in the process of dismantling the team so he could finance his Broadway plays. Bowling checks the runner at first. Speaker looks out at the pitcher. Bowling gets the sign. Winds. Here's the pitch. He grounds. That's a double play. Boy, I'll tell you. 4-6-3 double play for the Senators. That's the second one they've had today, and both of them have killed potential Red Sox rallies. I guess being in the Hall of Fame doesn't prevent you from hitting into a double play. As Duffy Lewis steps up to the plate, he's 1 for 1 today, batting .343 on this young season. Bowling gets the sign. He winds. He fires. And that's a pop-up in the infield. McBride has a bead on it. He's calling for it. He's got it. And the inning is over at the end of 3.5. Senators lead 1-0. I'm going to have to, in Beatles honor, I'm going to have to pick a player of the day and read from this infamous biography encyclopedia. I'm not sure who it'll be, but I'll pick somebody around the middle of the game and we'll read about it. If anybody wants to know about any of these players, type it into the chat. Thank you, legends. Type it into the chat and we'll read it. Chick Gandil stepping in, the first baseman for the Senators. In about 5 years, he's going to take a bribe and be thrown out of baseball. Foster looks in, has the sign. He's into the windup. There's a fly ball in the right field. Hooper's got it. 1 up, 1 down. Hooper is a wonderful right fielder. This Red Sox outfield I've mentioned in the past is about as good as it gets. Stepping up to the plate, Ray Morgan, a 156 hitter. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Foster into the windup. Here's the pitch. And there's a ground ball. Base hit in the center field. Takes a big turn, goes back to the bag. Ray Morgan's on first. 1 out for the Senators with Howie Shanks stepping up. Here we go. Foster checks the runner at first. Shanks batting .069, 0 for 1 today. Gets his sign. Here's the windup. Swing and a miss. Even that charge bugle didn't help Howie Shanks as he struck out on a 2-2 pitch. There's 2 outs now in the bottom of the 4th. Morgan takes a slight lead as John Henry was hit by a pitch his last time up, still seeking his first hit in the 1914 season. Foster looks over at Morgan. He's into the windup. And there is a line drive into left field. Lewis puts it away for the out. And the inning is over at the end of 4. Senators still leading 1-0. As we approach the midway portion of the game, at the top of the 5th inning, Boston will have Larry Gardner, Steve Yerkes, and Everett Scott batting against Bowling, who's pitching a 1-hitter. Gardner stepping in, batting .250 on the season. Bowling gets a sign. He's into his windup, and there's a swing and a miss. Gardner goes down swinging, 1 down. Bowling looks like he's really tough to hit today. Steve Yerkes stepping into the right side. 8 for 30 this season so far. Bowling's got his sign. He winds. He fires. Line drive. That is going to drop for a base hit as Steve Yerkes rounds first and decides it's safe to hold up. He goes back as the ball comes into the infield, and the Red Sox are in business now. Runner on first, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Everett Scott batting .280 on the season, 0 for 1 on the day. Steve Yerkes takes his lead at first. There is something I'm going to do here. Since I'm the manager, let's see if he can make it. There it is. He's safe. Yerkes steals second base, and that is dead ball baseball. I would have bunted him over with no outs, but due to the fact there was 1 out, I thought I'd take the chance and have him steal. Yerkes at second. Everett Scott now has a chance to knock in the tying run. as we get that cursor out of there. Bowling checks the runner at second. He's into his windup. There's a fly ball in the right field. It is going to be caught. That was a great catch right on the shoestrings by Muller, and the runner on second has to return to the bag. Pinch Thomas due up. 3 for 10 on the season. He's the backup catcher for the Red Sox in 1914. He's got a chance now with 2 outs to knock in the tying run. Let's see what he can do. He's going to bat from the left side against the left-handed pitcher Bowling, who checks the runner. He's into the windup, and he's going to intentionally walk him because guess who's up next? Rube Foster, the pitcher. He had 2 hits last year. He's had 1 hit this year, so the chances of him getting a hit are slim and none. Let's see what happens with runners on first and second. Bowling doesn't even look at the runners. He goes into his windup. Here's the pitch. Line drive in the left field. That is going to drop for a single. And we're going to send Yerkes because they're asking me. There's no question about that. He scores. I don't know what happened here, but the animation disappeared. Yerkes scored. Thomas went to third. Foster went to second. The pitcher tied up his own ball game with a base hit. And now there are 2 runners on in scoring position. Harry Hooper. I don't know why it did that, but it did. I hit as you could see, the game asked me if I wanted to send the runner since I'm managing the Red Sox. I said yes, and then you see the screen we have. Okay. Bowling looks in, gets a sign. Harry Hooper hitting from the left-hand side, batting .250. He's 0 for 2 today. Here's the windup in the pitch. And there's a fly ball into short left field. The shortstop is under it, puts it away. Bowling gets out of the inning, only allowing 1 run with 2 hits. At the end of 4.5, halfway through the game, we're all tied at 1. Here we go to the bottom of the 5th, and excuse me while I take another sip of water. Al, Red Sox fan, I hope you have a great day. If you're on tonight, I'll be tuning in. Okay, here we go, here in the bottom of the 5th. McBride, the pitcher Bowling, then the top of the order, Muller due up. Foster has the sign. Here's the pitch. Fly ball in the center field. Tris Speaker puts it away for the out. 1 down here in the bottom of the 5th is the pitcher. Joe Bowling steps up to the plate. Foster has the sign. He's into his windup. Strike 3. 2 up, 2 down here for the Senators in the bottom of the 5th inning. Foster now faces the top of the order. 0 for 2 on the day. Danny Muller, he's the right fielder, batting .258. Foster into the windup. There's a pop-up. Second baseman puts it away. It didn't get very high off the ground. He's out. The inning's over, and as we go to the top of the 6th, it's all tied at 1. Here at the bottom of the 6th inning, if I don't get anything in the chat, I'll pick somebody, and we'll do a Beatles tribute and read from the encyclopedia, the biographical encyclopedia. Here in the top of the 6th, Engel, Speaker, and Lewis to face Bowling. Engel stepping in 0 for 1 on the day, 148 on the year. Bowling has the sign. Here's the pitch. Line drive in the left field. That is going to drop for a base hit. And for the third inning in a row, the Red Sox have the lead runner on. Engel returns to first base with Tris Speaker stepping in. Engel takes a short lead. He's not going to take a very big lead. Well, here you go. Now I'm going to digress for a minute. I don't know if Tris Speaker ever bunted. However, I really am adverse to bunting with the best hitter on the team, but my brain is telling me he's going to bunt. Let's see what happens. He lays down a perfect bunt. The catch is out in front of the plate. Throws Speaker out at first. Engel goes to second. He's in scoring position. And in true dead ball fashion, Tris Speaker sacrifices himself for the good of the team. Runner on second base, 1 out. Duffy Lewis stepping in, a .333 hitter. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Bowling checks Engel at second, gets his sign. He winds, he fires, and there's a fly ball into center field. Engel playing it halfway, but it's going to be caught. Do you want to signal Engel to tag from second? The answer would be no. And once again, it jumped to the next pitch. Not sure why it's doing that or if it's supposed to do that, but it's doing that. Okay, here we go. Bowling to face Larry Gardner. Gardner 0 for 2 today, batting .240. 2 outs. Top of the sixth. Bowling into the windup. Throws the ball. It gets away from the catcher. Engel's going to go to third anyway. Well, if I'd sent him and he was on third, he would have scored. It's a wild pitch, according to the official score. But I'll take it. Runner on third represents the go-ahead run for the Red Sox. Excuse me. Gardner looks out at Bowling. Bowling gets his sign. He's into his windup. He throws, and he walks him. Bowling's fourth walk of the day. He's now going to face Steve Yerkes, who is 1 for 1, batting .290 on the season. Runner on first and third, 2 away. Bowling gets his sign. Here's the pitch, and he walks him. All of a sudden, Bowling has lost the plate, and he's loaded the bases, and he will face Everett Scott, who's 0 for 2, batting .269 on the season. Bases loaded, Yerkes at first, Gardner at second, Engel at third. A base hit by Scott will blow this game open. Bowling gets the sign. Looks in. He's into the windup. And there's a ground ball to second base. Over to Gendel at first, and he gets out of the inning. No harm, no foul. The Red Sox leave the bases loaded, and we go to the bottom of the sixth, all tied at 1. Well, a little excitement there in the top of the sixth inning, but it didn't do the Red Sox any good. Here we go as Foster will face Foster, Milan, and Chick Gendel. Foster's got the sign. He's into the windup. Bounding ball to third. Gardner backs up, picks it up, throws a long way across the infield, and gets the runner by a step. 1 up, 1 down, as the home team organist tries to get this crowd going. Clyde Milan, the center fielder, stepping in, 1 for 2 on the day, .097 on the season. Foster into his windup. He's going to attempt a bunt for a hit. Catcher jumps out. He's got it. He throws to first, not even close. And there's 2 away. I love dead ball baseball. Wouldn't happen today. Stepping up, Chick Gendel, 0 for 2 on the day, .242 on the season. Foster into his windup. Here's the pitch. He hits a ground ball back to the mound. Foster up with it. Over to Engel at first. And the Senators are down 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the sixth. We go to the top of the seventh inning, all tied at 1. Okay. Pinch Thomas is going to face Bowling, followed by the pitcher Foster and the left fielder Hooper. Now, if you'll bear with me, is there any chance Pinch Thomas is in the biographical encyclopedia? He is a minor player. He may not be in here, but I'm going to look. So far, I don't have him. I got Thomas's. We don't have him. We're going to have to pick somebody else because Thomas now will face Bowling. Bowling's into his windup. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to first. Gendel up with it. Takes it to the bag himself. 1 up, 1 down. Well, let's try Rube Foster. I know he's in here. Bear with me 1 second as I turn the pages. Rube Foster, Andrew Foster. Okay, here's his story. Wait a second. I want to make sure I have the right guy. Bear with me a second. There is another Rube Foster, and we're going to move on because that's not the right guy. Okay, here we go. Bowling winds. He's into his windup. He throws. He swings and misses. 2 up, 2 down. We're not going to do Harry Hooper because we all know who Harry Hooper is. So I will pick someone on the Senators. We'll all learn something new. Okay, Bowling into his windup. Here's the pitch. Line drive into right field. That looks like it's going to drop, and it does. Base hit. Hooper's first hit of the day. He's now 1 for 4. Ball comes into the second baseman. He's on first base. And up comes Clyde Engel. Engel 1 for 2, batting 179. Hooper takes the lead. Hooper's going to attempt to steal second. There's the pitch. He didn't get a jump. There we go. 1-0 on the batter, Clyde Engel. So we're going to hit away. Bowling into his windup. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to second. Over to first. The inning's over. Here we go to the bottom of the seventh inning, all tied at 1. Ray Morgan, Howie Shanks, and Henry the catcher due up. Foster looks in, gets his sign. Morgan 1 for 2 on the day, batting 182. Foster into his windup. He bunts the ball down the first baseline, picked it up, throws to first. He's safe. He beats it out, and there's a bunt single for Ray Morgan. Runner on first for the Senators. Howie Shanks. I bet Howie Shanks is in here. Everybody knows Howie Shanks. I'm going to be honest with you. I started following Beatles after the Howie Shanks league started. So I don't really know anything about him. Is he in here? He is not in here. I'm not having any luck, but we got a runner on first. Here's the pitch. He's going to steal second. Standing up. There was no throw by Pinch Thomas. Go ahead runner Morgan at second base. Nobody out here as Howie Shanks is going to face an infield that is going to play in at the corners. Foster gets the sign. He's into his windup. He swings. He's going to hit the ball. It's going to be a little dribbler. Everybody's going to be safe. Base hit for Howie Shanks. First hit of the day. Red Sox are in trouble. Nobody out. Runners on first and third. John Henry stepping in. Okay. I'm curious. John Henry in here? I guess I should have looked up all these guys before we started. But I wasn't that prepared. We're getting closer. We're in the H's. H-E-C. H-E-N. We're getting close. Bill Henry. No John Henry. Runners on first and third. Nobody out. The infield is playing in. He winds. He fires. He's going to steal second base easily. There's now runners on second and third. Nobody out. Henry gets the intentional walk. Bases loaded. Nobody out. 1-1 score. McBride due up. Forgetting the encyclopedia because this is an exciting part of the game. McBride 1 for 2 on the day. Infield playing in. Nobody out. Foster has the sign. Here's the pitch. And there's a fly ball in the left field. Duffy Lewis got it. He throws to the plate. The runner's going to attempt to score. He's going to be out by a mile. It's a double play. John Henry goes to second. Howie Shanks goes to third. And all of a sudden, the Washington Senators, instead of having the bases loaded and nobody out, has runners on second and third, 2 outs, as McBride flies into a double play, 7-2. And to make things worse, the pitchers due up as Bowling, who, although he's a good hitter, had 19 hits last year, stepping in. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Foster stares in, checks the runners. He's into his windup. There it is. He strikes out swinging. The Red Sox get out of the bottom of the 7th, bases loaded, nobody out jamming. We go to the top of the 8th, all tied up. Tris Speaker stepping in. I'm putting this encyclopedia away for right now. We'll pick someone at the end of the game so I don't mess up my rhythm. Bowling facing Speaker. Lewis and Gardner. SGG Jamie checks in. Thank you for stopping by. That was a rocket to the plate. Quite a play. This has been an exciting game. Joe Bowling, who's 0-2 on the season. He's pitched 7 innings, allowed 5 hits, 1 run, struck out 5 today. Gets his sign from Henry. Facing Speaker. He's into his windup. Speaker swings. He hits a ground ball to short. Picks it up. Over to Gandil at first. 1 up, 1 down. Duffy Lewis, the author of last inning's double play, He's the one who threw that rocket to the plate, steps in. He's 1 for 3 on the day, 324 in the season. Bowling into his windup. Here's the pitch, and he hits a ground ball to short. McBride up with it. Over to Chick Gendel at first. 2 up, 2 down here for the Red Sox here in the top of the 8th. Larry Gardner stepping in. 0 for 2, 240 on the season. Bowling into his windup. And he hits a fly ball to center field. Muller under it. Puts it away. No, he's the right fielder. I got him confused. Sorry about that. Milan puts it away. At the end of 7.5, we're still tied at 1. Speaking of the aforementioned Muller, he steps in. He's the top of the order. Muller, Foster, and Milan due up. Rube Foster pitched 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts on the day. Foster into his windup. Fly ball in the left field. Lewis puts it away for the out. 1 down. Foster against Foster. Eddie Foster 0 for 3. 303 on the season. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch. And he pops it up into shallow left center field. Everett Scott, the shortstop, backing up. Now coming in, just into the dirt part of the infield, puts it away for the out. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. Foster faces Clyde Milan, 1 for 3 on the day, 094 on the season. Foster winds and throws. And he pops it up right back to the pitcher, who puts it away for the out. Didn't get very high off the ground. 3 up, 3 down, bottom of the 8th. We go to the 9th, all tied at 1. Yerkes, Scott, and Thomas to face Bowling. Bowling and Foster have traded pitches today after 8 innings. They both allowed 1 run and 5 hits. This is some kind of game we're having. Bowling gets his sign. Yerkes 1 for 1 today. Here's the pitch. And there's a fly ball into center field. He puts it away for the out. 1 down here in the top of the 9th. Everett Scott 0 for 3 on the day, 259 for the season to face Bowling. He winds, he fires, and he hits a bounding ball to third base. Up with it, over to Gendel at first. 2 up, 2 down for the Red Sox quickly here in the top of the 9th. That was a good play by Eddie Foster. Bowling to now face Pinch Thomas. Thomas batted .286 last season. This year, he's batting .273 with only 11 at-bats. Bowling gets his sign. I can say it. He fires. Strike 3. And at the end of 8.5, we're going to go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Senators with a chance to win. It's all tied at 1. Foster still on the mound for the Red Sox, facing the heart of the Senators' order, Gendel, Morgan, and Shanks. Chick Gendel 0 for 3 on the day, 235 on the year. Foster into his windup. He's going to bunt. That ball's going to third. Gardner picks it up, throws it to first. The number 4 hitter bunting, that is dead ball baseball, but he is out. Trying to get on, anything to get on for the winning run as Ray Morgan steps to the plate, 2 for 3 today, hitting .206. Foster has the sign. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. throws to first. The ball's dropped by the first baseman, and he is safe at first. That is an error on the play. I'm assuming the first baseman gets the error because that looked like a good throw to me. And the winning run on first on Engel's error here at first base. Howie Shanks due up. Shanks 1 for 3. Got a base hit his last time up. Still only batting .097. Foster checks Morgan at first. Here's the pitch. He bunts it. It's going to go to first. The runner goes to second base. The sacrifice works. I forgot to play the infield in, but I don't think it would have made a difference. And the reason it's not going to make a difference because I believe I have the infield controlled by the computer. They would have brought the infield in. As John Henry 0 for 1 stepping in. No hits, 17 at bats. What a time for him to get the first hit of the season. Foster checks Morgan, trying to keep him close at second. Here's the pitch. It's a pop-up to second. Out in the outfield goes Yerkes. He's got it for the out, and we're going to extra innings, all tied at 1. Well, we're in the top of the 10th. I'm supposed to get out of here pretty soon. I didn't think we'd go past 9, but here we are in dead ball baseball, going past 9. Rube Foster, who's pitched 9 innings, is going to bat, and they're going to leave him in here. Here's Bowling's pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 up, 1 down. Harry Hooper stepping in. He's a left-handed batter to face the left-handed pitcher. Hooper 1 for 4 today. Bowling winds. He fires. And he's going to walk him. The go-ahead run trots to first base in the form of Harry Hooper as Clyde Engel stepping up to the plate, batting 172, 1 for 3 today. Engel's error almost cost him. Let's see if Engel's in here. You know, I got to read one of these for Beatles. Clyde Engel, outfielder, first baseman, third baseman. He was born 1909. He was born in 1884. He died in 1939. He was a young man. He had a .265 average with 12 home runs. Clyde Engel is best known. Oh, I did this one the last time. I even remember it. We're not going to do Clyde Engel because what he's best known for is in the 1912 World Series, he hit a fly ball into center field that could have ended the series, but it didn't. It was dropped by the center fielder, and they had to keep going. Okay. Bowling looks in at Engel. Runner on first. 1 down. There goes Hooper. He's going to go for second. He didn't make it. He's going to go back. Didn't get much of a lead. 1-0 count to Engel. Here's Bowling's pitch. Fly ball to left field. Shanks puts it away for the out. There's 2 down here. Now in the top of the 10th. Runner still on first base. Tris Speaker due up. Bunted his last time. 0 for 3 on the day. 10 for 37 on the season. Hooper is going to get a running start. Here's the hit and run play on. Speaker hits a line drive in the right field. Back at the wall. He puts it away for the out. What a catch by Muller. And the Red Sox are out here in the top of the 10th. failed to score. We go to the bottom of the 10th inning, all tied at 1. Okay. George McBride. Have I scared everybody away yet? I still have 5 people in the stream. I'm going to try to see if McBride is in here. I'm getting closer. McDermott, McCormick, McCarthy, George McBride. We got Bake McBride. We got Dick McBride. We do not have George McBride, and therefore Foster winds. He's into the windup. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. He's up with it. Throws to first. 1 down. How about Bull? I'm going to keep trying until I find one. Joe Bowling. He's got a name that isn't. I guess there's nobody famous enough to be in this encyclopedia. One out. Foster into his windup to his counterpart. And he hits a ground ball back to the mound. Foster up with it. Over to Engel at first. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 10th. Foster facing Danny Muller. Okay. In true Beatles tradition, I'm going to find this guy. I'm getting closer. Be patient with me. Okay, if I keep going, you know he's not in here because there's 2 outs. Foster into his windup. He's out. We go to the 11th, all tied at 1. Duffy Lewis. I'm going to give up on the encyclopedia today. But before the next game, I'll pick a guy and make sure he's here. That way I won't make an idiot out of myself thumbing through the baseball encyclopedia. Bowling, looking at Lewis, who's 1 for 4 on the day, 316 on the season. He's into his windup. Here's the pitch. Line driver into center field. That may drop for a hit, and it does. Drops in front of Milan. Lewis takes a wide turn, goes back to first. Red Sox are in business with the go-ahead run on first here in the top of the 11th inning. Larry Gardner due up, the third baseman for the Red Sox, 0 for 3 on the day. Bowling looks at first, checks the runner. He's into the pitch. Ground ball to first, over to second for 1. Back to first, he is safe. A 3-6 force play, and the runner does not advance into scoring position. Steve Yerke's due up. Yerke's on the day, 1 for 2. Larry Gardner on first base. Takes his lead. There goes Gardner for second. Here's the throw. He's going to be out by a mile. 2 down now in the top of the 11th. Yerkes is on his own. He's going to have to do something here to get into scoring position. Bowling gets the sign. He winds. He fires. And he's hit by a pitch. Steve Yerkes goes to first here in the 11th inning. Everett Scott up. Yerkes on first. Everett 0 for 4 on the day. Bowling checks the runner. Gets his sign. Throws to first base. He's safe. Bowling looks in. Here's the pitch to Scott. He hits a ground ball to second. He boots the ball. He picks it up, and there's not going to be a throw. The Red Sox will have runners on first and second, 2 away here in the top of the 11th inning. Pinch Thomas due up. Thomas 3 for 12 on the season, 0 for 3 on the day. Bowling checks the runners. Here's his pitch. There's a ground ball to first baseman Gandil. He's going to flip to the pitcher covering first. Going to end the inning, and as we go to the bottom of the 11th, we're still tied at 1. Foster, Milan, Gandil due up against Foster. Rube Foster's had 114 pitches. His status is okay. He will stay in there. He winds. He fires. Ground ball right to second baseman Yerkes. Over to first. Foster is out. The organist trying to get these Senators going here is Clyde Milan, 1 for 4 on the day. Foster winds. He fires. He hits a ground ball to first. Angle up with it. Steps on the bag. 2 up, 2 down. Foster at 122 pitches, still okay. Chick Gandil up 0 for 4. 229 on the year. Foster fires. Ground ball to second. He's out. That's it. In the bottom of the 11th, we go to the 12th. All tied at 1. I don't know if my voice is going to hold out, but Joe Bowling's thrown 144 pitches. His status is okay. He will face Rube Foster, then the top of the order, Hooper and Engel. Bowling has the sign. Here's the pitch. He's gone down swinging. No, he's a fly ball right to the third baseman. He went out, grounded out to the third baseman earlier in the day. He's now flied out to the third baseman. And in my misreading the play-by-play, I almost said he struck out. Bowling facing Harry Hooper. 1 for 4 in the day, 265 on the season. Bowling throws. Swing and a miss. I read that one right. 2 up, 2 down. Clyde Engel. 1 for 4 in the day, 167 in the year. This will be Bowling's 150th pitch. Here it is. Fly ball in the left field. Shanks under it. Squeezes his glove on the ball. At the end of 11, we're all tied at 1. Foster at 127 pitches. Still showing okay. The last time a run was scored in the 5th inning by the Red Sox, Morgan, Shanks, and Henry due up to face Foster. Foster into the windup. An attempted bunt. It goes foul. It's just the 3-2 pitch by Foster. And there's a fly ball into center field by Morgan. Trispeaker under it. Puts it away. 1 up, 1 down. Howie Shanks, 1 for 3 today. Still batting under 100. Foster gets the sign and throws. Fly ball in the right field. Fairly deep. But it's an out as Hooper puts it away. 2 up, 2 down. Bottom of the 12th. Foster to face Henry. Henry's still looking for his first hit in the 1914 season. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to first baseman Engel. Engel going to take it himself to the bag. The inning is over, and we go to the top of the 13th inning. all tied at 1. Here we go in the 13th inning. Bowling to face, Bowling's had 152 pitches. Excuse me, and he's okay according to his status. He will face Speaker, Lewis, and Gardner. Speaker hitless today. Bowling gets his sign. Here's the pitch. And he will walk Tris Speaker on a 3-0 pitch. Speaker at first base. The number 4 hitter, Duffy Lewis, stepping in. Lewis 2 for 5 on the day. Bowling gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Lewis bunts the ball towards the pitcher. The pitcher's up with it, throws to first. Speaker goes to second. Sacrifice works. The Red Sox now have a runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the top of the 13th inning. Bowling, who is approaching 160 pitches, will face Larry Gardner, looking for his first hit today. Hitting .222 on the season. Bowling checks the runner. Gets his sign. He's into the pitch. He's going to be intentionally walked. Runners on first and second. Senators want to play for double play. There's my dog barking if you hear it. Steve Yerke's stepping in. Yerke's 1 for 2, 281. Here's his chance to be a hero. Bowling checks the runners. He winds, he fires. And that is strike 3. Didn't even take the bat off his shoulders as that ball crossed the outside of the plate. Quite a pitch, and we have a new pitcher in, finally, for the Washington Senators, Doc Ayers. Doc Ayers for the season, 0 for 2, 16 innings, a 3.38 ERA. Last year, he only had 17 innings, so let's see. Let's hit it here. Let's see what we say. 1914, he's pitched in 3 games. He's lost 2 of them. Okay, he will face Everett Scott. 0 for 5 on the day. His average is tumbled to 241. Runners still on first and second. Speaker is the go-ahead run at second. Here's Ayers. He throws. Ground ball to shortstop. Over to second for the forced play. We are going to the bottom of the 13th inning, still tied at 1. Will we ever end? Rube Foster. He's okay at 143 pitches. He will stay in to face McBride, the pitcher, and top of the order, Muller. The pitcher went in the lineup in the 7th spot, so Ainsworth was also a catcher. That was a double switch. I didn't see it, but there it is. Foster to face McBride, who's 1 for 4 today. There's a line drive into left field, but Lewis puts it away for the out. 1 down. Ainsmith, the catcher, due up. This is his first at-bat today. He came in on the double switch when they changed pitchers. The one good thing about Action PC Baseball, if they put players in, they announce it. Here, they just put them in. Here's the pitch. Fly ball in the left field. Lewis puts it away. 2 up, 2 down. Foster now at 145 pitches. Was still all right. So he faces Muller, the top of the order, 0 for 5. And there it is. Base hit into right center field as Tris Speaker will pick it up, throw it in. Muller takes the turn, goes back to the base. He represents the winning run in first. Eddie Foster up, 2 outs. Runner on first. Here's Foster's pitch. And he walks him. Not a good thing to do, walking the runner in the scoring position when Muller represents the winning run. Milan 1 for 5. Good thing he's an 088 hitter, but you never know. Anybody can get a hit. Foster is tired. He's going to come out. I think that's what we're going to do. Wait a second. Didn't want to do that. Want to go back to the pitcher. I'll do it up here. It's easier. We want to show the pitchers. Do we have anybody I want to put in? The Ray Collins just pitched. That's no good. I don't want to. Okay. Unfortunately, this is the guy we're putting in. They have an incomplete lineup. Sorry. I thought you knew he was the pitcher. Bedient. Hugh Bedient in. He's 0 for 1 in the year. He's pitched 7 innings, allowed 13 hits, 5 earned runs, 6.14 ERA. I don't have much hope in him, but there's not much use for relief pitchers in 1914. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to left field. Lewis puts it away for the out, and he gets out of the inning as we go to the top of the 14th. It's all tied at 1. Texags, I don't know these guys either. That's why I was trying to find somebody that's in this encyclopedia. Even the encyclopedia doesn't know these guys. They're so obscure. Doc Ayers pitching. Let's see. Beatles would do this. Doc Ayers pitching. Let's look at his real life stats. This is his second year in Major League Baseball. He only pitched in 4 games. He had a fairly good record. His pitching stats. Okay. Real life fielding, real life batting. I want real life pitching. His real life pitching stats. He had a few good years, but 66, 65, and 79 at 2.84 career ERA. I don't know why he's not in that encyclopedia, but he's pitching to Thomas, followed by Bedient, the pitcher who will be pinch hit for, and Hooper. Ayers winds and fires. And there's a ground ball into center field. Base hit. Red Sox have the lead, runner on. Bedient's up. He doesn't have to pinch hit because all he has to do is bunt. Here's the pitch. Here's the bunt. He pops it up. Well, he didn't do what he was supposed to do. He popped up the bunt. Runner's still on first. Hooper up. Harry Hooper 1 for 5. Ayers checks the runner, throws. Fly ball in the left field. Shanks puts it away. There's 2 down. Thomas is stuck on first as Clyde Engel steps up to the plate. Engel 1 for 5 today. Thomas at first. He's a slow runner. What's hit and run do? He swings and misses. It's a foul ball. Well, I guess on a foul ball, I'll learn my lesson. There's the pitch. Fly ball in the right field. And Muller puts it away for the out. We go to the bottom of the 14th inning. Still tied up. A 14-inning game. When will this end? Bedient will face Gandil, Morgan, and Shanks. Gandil 0 for 5. He winds and fires. And the right fielder puts it away for the out. 1 down. Bedient, who has dropped his ERA a whole run and has only faced 2 batters, will face Morgan, who's 2 for 5. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. Bedient gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Pops it up. Shortstop has it in shallow left field. He puts it away. 2 up, 2 down. Bedient facing the infamous Howie Shanks, who's 1 for 4 today. Bedient winds and fires. And he hits a ground ball to Gardner at third, all the way across the diamond for the out. That's it. The bottom of the 14th, we head to the 15th inning. All tied at 1. Well, it's quite a game. I don't think I've ever broadcast a 15-inning game. I'm not even sure I've even played a 15-inning game. Speaker, Lewis, Gardner due up against Ayers. I'm getting tired, so I'm not sure how long I can talk, but here's Ayers' pitch to Speaker. He winds, he fires. He hits a ground ball past the first baseman into right field. Rounding second, running first, heading for second. He's going to slide. He's safe. And Tris Speaker leads off the top of the 5th inning with a double. That is just what my voice needed. Duffy Lewis stepping in, facing Ayers. Lewis 2 for 5 today, 333 hitter. Ayers checking the runner. I'm not going to bunt. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to center field. Center fielder puts it away. Speaker tagging, going to third. As good as a bunt. The go-ahead run is now on third base with only 1 out. Infield comes in for Washington. Larry Gardner 0 for 4 today, 222 on the season. Ayers gets the sign, checks the runner. He's into the pitch, and he walks him intentionally. It would be easy if they said intentional walk ahead of time for the broadcast. I have to do it after he throws the pitch. Steve Yerkes, 1 for 3, 273 hitter. Gardner at first. Speaker at third. Infield playing back for the double play. Here's the pitch. Line drive in a right field. That's going to go down into the corner. A run is going to score. Yerkes headed for second. Rounding third. The second run is going to score. Yerkes is going to third. He slides head first. He is safe. It is a triple as both Speaker and Gardner score. The Red Sox now lead the Senators 3-1 here in the top of the 15th inning. Well, we finally had a breakthrough. Red Sox could sure use this extra run because I don't think that pitcher they have is that good. Yerkes at third, infield in. Here's the pitch to Scott, but they're going to intentionally walk him. I guess I should have called that ahead of time. Thomas up. Runners on first and third. 2 away. Here's the pitch. Scott goes for second. Here's the throw. He is going to be out at second base. And there's now 2 down with a runner on third. Thomas up. Ayers throws. There's a ground ball past the third baseman. The runner's going to score anyway. Red Sox get their 4th run of the game. Thomas heading for second. And he stands up on second base. Didn't even have to slide. The ball never got there. As Ayers is getting tagged this inning for 3 runs. Thomas at second. The pitcher is up. Bedient, who started this whole thing by popping up a sacrifice bunt. Here's Ayers' pitch. It's going to be a base hit into center field. Of course, I'm going to hit this, and then we're going to find out because they won't show the. They're not going to show the animation, but I'll hit it anyway. Here, oh, they do show the animation. Here's the throw to the plate. He's going to be out. He's going to be safe. He looked out, didn't he? But the animation showed he was out, but the play-by-play shows he's safe. It's the 4th run for the Red Sox. They now lead 5-1 here in the 15th inning. Bedient at second knocks in the 5th run of the game. The animation sometimes makes it difficult to call this game. That's why I should glance up at the play-by-play more often. Ayers into a windup. Throws to Hooper. Fly ball to left field. Shanks under it. Puts it away for the out. The inning's finally over, and as we go to the bottom of the 15th, the Red Sox lead 5-1. Bedient, who's thrown 14 pitches, is okay. He's pitched well for a guy who's been hit really hard this year. Due-up, Smith, McBride, and Ainsmith. Bedient gets the sign. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball in the right field. Hooper under it. 1 down. Bedient now faces McBride. 1 for 5 on the day. Bedient looks in, gets his sign. Here's the pitch. And he hits that ball in the left field. That ball's into the corner. McBride rounding first. He's about to round second. He's headed for third. And he slides. He's safe as that throw is really late by Duffy Lewis. Senators have a runner on third. 1 out. Ainsmith up. That runner doesn't mean anything to the Red Sox. Bedient ignores him at third base. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Gardner up with it. He boots it. The run is going to score. There's an error. And it's now 5-2 with Ainsmith at first. Ainsmith means nothing once again. Muller stepping in. 1 for 6 in this long 15-inning game. Bedient checks the runner. He throws. There's a base hit off Foster. No, he's out. I looked at it. It looked like a single. It was a ground ball to second. I'm getting tired. This is a long game. Throws to first. He's out. I apologize for screwing up. All I know is there's 2 outs, runner on second base. We're 1 out away from ending this game. Bedient checks Ainsmith. Let's see if I can do this play-by-play without screwing up. Eddie Foster 0 for 5 on the day, 286 on the season. Bedient checks the runner, even though he's irrelevant. Bedient winds. He throws. There it is. Over to first. This game is over. Short to first. The Red Sox pull out a 5-2 win in 15 innings. And they pile onto the field to celebrate. And I'd celebrate with them because my voice is finished. 15 innings. The Red Sox win. 5 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors for the Red Sox. 2 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors for the Senators. The Boston starter, Rube Foster, had a strong outing against the Washington Senators at Griffith Stadium. The right-hander was a big part of his team's 5-2 win. The win puts the Red Sox at 6-3. Foster was in the zone all of the game as he frustrated Washington batters while giving the Red Sox 12 2/3 innings of quality work. Foster threw 155 pitches, allowing 6 hits, getting 4 punchouts. We'll kick back tonight and then get set for the next one, Foster said. I'm not going to spend too much time going over that box score. You've seen the game. I will post the write-up of the game and the box score in the standings on my Facebook page if you want to check it later in the day. Let's just finish the games of today. Hit the standings to take a quick look at the Philadelphia A's in first place at 6-2, followed by the Browns at 5-3. White Sox 7-4. The Red Sox at 6-3, right behind the Browns, who are at 8-3. My mistake. White Sox at 7-4, followed by the Yankees under 500. The Brooklyn Robins in first place at 6-1 for the National League. Anyway, it's been a great game. I want to thank everybody for putting up with 15 innings. I want to also thank everyone who stopped into the chat. I want to thank Beatles Eternally for getting me started with Dead Ball. My voice is gone, so I hope everyone has a nice weekend and a wonderful Friday. So long for now. We'll see you next time on the channel. Have a nice day.